You open your system and visit your favorite websites, the website which you love and you like to visit. But if you give a deeper look into those websites, you will realize that it's always the HTML. In this video, we will explore the rendering patterns used by the developers to transfer the HTML content to the client. We will basically see two types of websites based on the rendering pattern used by them. We will see the server-side rendered websites and the client-side rendered websites. So without any further ado, let's dive into the video. We will start our discussion with the client-side rendered websites. So when you open your system and request a website from the remote server responds with the HTML content. This HTML does not contain a lot of data, but it contains the link of CSS, JS, and the images that will be used to render the website. And here, especially if we look at the JS, that is the most important file and acts as the brain of the website. The JS file contains all the logic, like from where to get the data, that is the API call that it has to make to get the data, and also when the data is available, what data binding is to be done, that is what data is to be shown on what div. So the client requests for the website and the server responds with a CSS JS files, and when those files reach to the browser, and the browser will take a bit of time to parse and execute the JS, the browser will make the necessary API calls and do the data binding once data is available. So all the processing is done on the client side, that is data fetching and data binding is done on the side of the browser. As the heavy lifting is done on the client side, these type of websites are known as the client side rendered website. Now let's move ahead and see what happens in case of a server side rendered websites. So in case of server side rendered websites, the client requests for the website and the server responds with the final processed HTML that is to be rendered on the screen. The heavy lifting is done on the side of the server, and therefore these are known as the server-side rendered websites. The server performs all the data fetching and data binding and all the processing at its end, and returns the client with the processed HTML along with the CSS and images that are to be used on that page. And the client has only to render the HTML content that is provided by the server. So the heavy lifting has been done on the server side, and therefore the name server side rendered websites. So now we understood the concept of server side rendered and client side rendered websites. So let's go ahead and explore the pros and cons of both. Server side rendered websites are good for SEO, while the client side rendered websites are not too good for the SEO. Though some of the SEO bots also work with the client side rendered websites, but most of the SEO bots work best with the SSR websites. The next point is the initial loading time. Server-side rendered websites have a faster initial loading time as the browser is having the final processed HTML and it has to do only the rendering. While on the other end, the client-side rendered websites has a slower initial load, but they perform well while you are navigating across the pages. The server-side websites are not so interactive, though they render faster on the clients, they are not interactive till all the JS is loaded on the client. On the other hand, client-side rendered websites can be more interactive as they depend heavily on the JavaScript content and utilize that JavaScript to bring attractiveness to the page. So folks, that's all for the video. Please subscribe and like the video and share it with your friends in order to support the channel. So see you guys in the next video.